Hello everybody, this is Michelle Fox and welcome back to The Simple Quilter. Today I'm going to be talking about something I just recently learned about, and it is the All Kansas Nebraska Shop Hop that begins in April and runs through May. Now my husband and I were just recently in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I visited a couple of the quilt shops there and I picked up this magazine. And I really didn't know what it was at the time, but I took it back to our hotel room and I read it, looked through it, and read some of it. And this is a magazine for the All Kansas Nebraska Shop Hop. It starts April and goes through May. It has 79 shops in it, and I just thought it was really interesting. Now, if you've never been on a shop hop or don't know what a shop hop is a event where several quilt shops are participating in this event, and you go shop at each quilt shop. And there's usually prizes for you at sometimes the different shops that you can register for, or it might be if you attend all the shops, you're entered into like grand prizes. And oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I've only been on one, but I went with one of my really good quilt friends and we had a blast. It was so much fun. So when I saw this magazine, I thought, man, that's really neat. And nobody's paying me to talk about this Kansas Nebraska Shop Hop, so I want to be sure that everybody knows that. I just this is simply something I stumbled across and that I wanted to share. So if you are in the Kansas or Nebraska area, or you live in a neighboring state, this looks like a super fun event to attend. Now, Wes and we did visit. When we were in Lincoln, we visited 5 of the shops. There were 2 that we visited in Lincoln, and then we visited 3 in the surrounding area. I think the day we went to the one in the surrounding area, we traveled maybe 200 to 250 extra miles. It was a lot of fun. And then on our way home, we visited 5 or 6 additional shops. So I kind of did a pre-shop hop. The only thing I could really do, though, I wasn't participating in the shop hop, but I did shop. I did shop at some of the stores. And I am thinking about maybe sometime in April or May attending some of the regions that are closer to where we live. Okay, so another neat thing about the shop hop is there is a fabric line that was designed specifically for the shop hop. It's such a beautiful fabric line, and I just thought it was incredible that they had this fabric line to represent the shop hop. And in your magazine, when you purchase it, there are 6 different patterns for 6 different projects using that fabric line, and I thought that was super neat. But this magazine has a map in it. It lists all the prizes, and they divide the 2 states into different regions. So again, there are 79 shops, and these are quilting and sewing shops. So they're not just all quilt shops. Again, sewing and quilting shops. But I really thought the magazine was neat because it will act as a resource for me when I'm traveling in Nebraska or Kansas. It's just a good quilt shop resource. So if I want to visit any of the shops, in addition to Googling quilt shops near where I'm located, I can also use this as a resource. Okay, now in this magazine, I just discovered this morning, there's a passport. So you may want to purchase the magazine to secure your passport. Now, of course, you can go with a quilt group and just shop, but if you're going to register for the prizes, I think you might have to have one of these. So check with a local quilt shop to see if that's the case for sure. But I think maybe you do have to have the passport that's inside. And if you do purchase this magazine, be sure you read it, because at the end there's a tip sheet that gives you tips on how to make the most out of the shop hop. Now, I did want to share some tips with you about doing a shop hop or participating in a shop hop, just based on the experience that my friend and I had with the shop hop that was just here in Kansas in our region. Number one, go with someone that likes to shop in quilt shops just as much as you do. Now, Wes went with me, but he always sits in the car, and it is exciting to go with him because he always wants to know what I purchase, and so that's fun too. But it's really fun to go with somebody who likes to go in and shop for quilt items just like you. So go with your best quilt friends or your BFF or your sisters or whoever. But anyway, go with somebody who enjoys shopping in quilt shops as much as you do. Okay, and you do want to plan ahead. Like when we participated in that quilt shop, we knew the first day we were going to just do 2 quick shops right after we got off work. And then on Saturday, we planned our route for the shops that we went to. And I think that second day we went to that shop hop, we traveled almost 600 miles. It was a long, long day, but we had so much fun. The third tip is to pack some drinks and some snacks, because sometimes it's quite a distance between each shop and you get hungry. Hey, shopping's hard work. You do get hungry. And of course, don't forget that chocolate. We all know how much quilters love chocolate. Okay, tip number 4. If you're going with a bunch of other people, remember to not overpack your vehicle because you're likely to purchase a bunch of stuff. I know just doing the little pre-shop hop that Wes and I did on our way home and while we were there in Lincoln, I bought a lot of stuff. So if you're going with, say, 4 or 5 women, there's really going to be a lot of stuff. So be sure you're allowing plenty of room for purchases for on the way home. My tip number 5 would be to check the weather. The Saturday that my friend and I went, we didn't check the weather in advance. We got into, I think, every possible type of weather you could imagine. We started out with sunny skies, then we got into cloudy, dreary fog, really foggy weather. We got into rain and sleet. We were even in snow, which was almost blizzard-like. It was quite a trip, let me tell you. Number 6 is to be sure to take some extra clothes in case the weather does change for cooler temperatures, because like I said, it was cold when we left, but we really needed to be sure we had our gloves and scarves as well, because we did get into blizzard-like conditions. And then tip number 7, my last tip, is don't forget your wallet. You're gonna need it. I hope you'll get a chance to participate in this Kansas Shop Hop. If not this one, if there's one in your area, go to it. Take a friend. They're so much fun to go to. Help support those local quilt shops. And again, just have a great time participating in this one or one in your area. Okay, now I want to show you some of the things I purchased when I did my little pre-shop hop. All the panels on the wall are ones that I purchased, and that was only a few of them. I really kind of went overboard. I really like the alphabet panels. I couldn't decide which ones to get for my granddaughters, so I bought 4. I'm not sure why, but I bought 4. Now, if you like panels as much as I do, and as you can see from my purchases, I do like panels. I do have a series on panels, so check out the links below for those videos. Okay, now I'm not going to show you everything I bought, but I am going to show you quite a bit of what I bought. Now, I bought 3 different bags. Now, this bag I purchased, I thought this would make a great project bag to take on retreats or when Wes and I go camping. And the reason I like this is because it has a sturdy bottom, good sturdy handles, and it's clear. And I really like bags that are clear for projects and quilt supplies, so it's easy to see what's in there. And then I'm a big Lori Holt fan, and they just had these little bags. Happiness is a full bobbin. I thought that was super cute. It wasn't very expensive. Okay, and then in my previous videos I showed you my retreat bag, or the bag that I take when I go to any type of quilting event outside of my house. And I think I'm going to replace that bag with this one. And the reason is because I like the saying. It says do what you love, and I really enjoy quilting. And I like the pockets here on the outside, and it's just a nice sturdy sack. It's got good adjustable handles, so I bought these 3 bags. The next thing I want to show you is this Quilty Password Keeper. This is put out by Bonnie Hunter, and you can just store all your websites and passwords in this little book. It seems like I'm having more and more difficulty remembering all those things. So this is a neat little organizer to help you keep track of all that stuff. And it's super cute with a quilt on the front and the back. Okay, the next thing is a quilt themed word search. Now, I really enjoy word searches. I've been doing them since I was a young kid, and I just really like those. So this is a word search that I bought. Okay, now in addition to the panels on the wall, I told you I bought several others. Here's a really neat one. This is titled Things Quilters Really Think, and it has cute little quilt related sayings like live simply, quilt. Oh, there was another one that I really liked. Quilting is my passion. Chocolate comes in second. Super, super cute panel. I can think of lots of small projects I'd like to do with that. Now here is another cute panel that I purchased. This one's called Cup of Cocoa, and oh, it's just darling. Super, super cute panel. And I did pick up a free pattern for using this panel. And lots of times fabric companies or designers will put out free patterns with their panels. So always try to see if you can find some of those, or if you're really liking a panel, check to see if there's any patterns that go along with it. And these are just some coordinating fabrics. Some are from the fabric line. This one's from the fabric line, and then these 2 are just other coordinating fabrics I picked up to go along with that one. But I thought those were super cute, and I'm really into stripes now, so. Okay, now I knew before we even went to one quilt shop that I needed some more grays, so I just picked up 3 good blenders. Recently, I've just kind of gotten into polka dots. Well, I don't know. I guess I've really always kind of liked polka dots. But these are 2 grunge fabrics that have the polka dots, the red and the black. And then these are just 2 other polka dots that I purchased. Since I completed my heart quilt and put that stripe binding on it, I really have discovered that I really like bindings. You can't really tell, but one's navy and white and one's blue and white, so I did purchase those. I think stripes are great for bindings. I've just really, really like doing that. And I'll put a link below for the heart quilt that I've made using the stripe binding if you want to look at that. And then I'm always have my eye out for reproduction fabrics, and here's a couple, well, here's 3 different ones that I purchased. And I just have to show you, you know, I like selvages. Look how cute that little selvage is. It's so cute. Okay, the next thing I want to share with you that I picked up at some of those quilt shops is a little newspaper called the Country Register. Now, I've been to quilt shops in several different states, and I found these in lots of different states. And these are complimentary, they're just free. But if you see one and like to read, just pick it up. These just have neat articles in them. Some are really heartwarming. They talk a little bit about the area that you're in. They have advertisements for things, for different craft places and antique places in these areas. So these are just complimentary. If you see one, just pick them up, take a look at them. And again, lots of quilt shops do have these available. Now, if you've been on a shop hop before and you have some tips that you think you'd like to share, please list those in the comments before, or just tell me about any shop hops that you've been to. I hope I get to go to more in the future, and I really hope I get to go to some more of the shops in the Kansas Nebraska Shop Hop. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please share with a friend. And as always, leave a comment. I love to get the comments. I try to respond to each and every one. And until next time, have fun quilting.